Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I'm filming a look that should take up to 10 to 15 minutes to complete. So before we get into it, I'd love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. For my foundation, I'm going to be using my MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body. I've been entering a phase with this again. It's so nice. And this is one of the only base products I like to apply with my fingertips because it acts completely differently with fingers rather than a brush. So when you first apply it, it is like a very thin, sheer consistency. But once you start rubbing it in, it transforms and then it unlocks coverage. I don't know how it works, but it's awesome. And it has this beautiful radiant glow to it that's just unbeatable. So I'm just going to rub this in. I feel like it just makes my skin look so natural but perfected at the same time. Now I'm going to be using my Rare Beauty Eye Brightener as my concealer, and I'm using the shade Light Medium. I really like this stuff because it's just effortless and I don't have to worry about it not meshing. The MAC Face and Body and this product look so good together, and this offers like a tiny bit of coverage, but it ultimately just brightens my under eyes, and I feel like it looks more flattering for every day. And I like using this on days I'm pressed for time. Did my doorbell ring, or was that like a doorbell in my head? I need to jump in here because what I just said sounds insane, but every time I drop something or if I sneeze in my office, the way it echoes in here sounds exactly like my doorbell. So there's been so many times that I do that and then I go downstairs to check if there's someone at my door and there's nothing. So that's why I always question when I hear the doorbell ring while I'm in my office, because I never know what reality is. It turned out to be an actual package and not a doorbell in my head, but it turned out to be my Stanley Cup. This thing is so much bigger than I thought it would be. Oh my goodness. I am such a sucker for water bottle trends, but I was really excited to get this one because it has a straw and I feel like I'm going to drink so much more water. But yes, I've fallen for every single water bottle trend since like 2015. It started with the Swell bottles, you know, Hydro Flasks came in and out, like the Lululemon ones, the Yeti, all of them. This was an unnecessary tangent. All to say is I'm really happy to have this. As I was saying about the Rare Beauty Under Eye Corrector, is I love using it when I'm pressed for time because it just adds the perfect amount of coverage and it brightens up my under eye so much. I feel like it looks like it adds more coverage than it actually does. I'm losing my voice. Let's move past that and into setting powder. I'm going to be using my Pound Cake powder from Huda Beauty with one of their little cute setting puffs. And I'm just going to be using one color in powder today instead of Cherry Blossom. I didn't need to add a brightener over a brightener. I feel like that makes it look a little too bright, especially for a more natural everyday look. Moving on to bronzer and contour, I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty Amber Suede. So it's kind of like a bronzer and a contour color in one for me. So it's a little 2-in-1 step, gets the job done quicker. And I'm using my blending fan brush from Moda. Something that I've been noticing in my videos is hand placements when you're blending out cheek products. I find it to be very important. With bronzer, I think it's nice to hold the brush kind of from the middle or to the end of the brush, whereas when I'm applying contour, I like to choke up on my brush like near the front so I get a more precise application. But if you're holding the brush near the end, you kind of get a more diffused, softened application, which I think is very important when it comes to bronzer. You don't want it to be so stripy and stuck in one spot. So by letting go of the brush, you're kind of letting it have control of the product, and it just makes it look way more natural and effortless. Like you don't know where the bronzer starts and ends, you know? You just want it to be all cohesive and flow beautifully. Just because I think I'm going to have enough time, I'm going to highlight a little bit. Highlighting is in. I think strobing is going to be a huge thing again, and I've just been wanting to have that little bump in glow, so I'm going to be using my Rare Beauty highlighter. Something so addicting to this product. I think it's just the way it looks. Like, how beautiful does that look? Like, I want my cheekbone to look like that, you know? So I'm taking a little bit of that in the shade Exhilarate with this Moda Pro brush, and I'm just going to take a little tiny amount of this. This stuff is super pigmented and it stretches a lot, and I'm really twirling and polishing it into my base. And it's going to give us a really pretty glossy glow. And while I'm here, I'm thinking ahead and putting it in my inner corner to save time. Now moving on to blush, I'm doing like a 2-in-1 step here. I'm actually going to be using my lipstick. I'm going to be using my Lancôme Drama Matte in the shade 410. I love this lipstick color and it's so gorgeous as a blush. So I'm just going to do my little cream blush technique, putting a little bit in the palm of my hand just to really warm it up, because this part of my hand is much warmer than the back of my hand. And I'm going to take this brush. This is a nice dense one. Actually, I'm not. I don't think I rinsed all the soap out of it. Whoops. Going for this one, the e.l.f. Complexion Duo. And I'm really going to work that in. And you can do your blush step after you're done your lipstick, when you just dab a little bit of your lipstick and put it on. Such a cute move. I love when women do that. I am all about that. It's just like one of those things that just make me go, oh, I love being a woman. I don't know what it is. It's just so cute. I actually love this brush because this other side is so perfect to apply blush on my nose. Like, how fun is that? This thing is making me feel like a gerbil. I don't even have to lift it off my desk to drink out of it. Now it's time to do my brows. I'm going to be using my Melt Cosmetics brow pencil in the shade Auburn. And to set that, I'm using this mascara from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Dream Pop. It's perfect for my hair. It just blends right in. And I'm also going to prime my lids, and I'm using my About Face eye primer today because I'm going to be using cream shadows, and I feel like this works really good with cream shadows because it is formulated to go with their matte fluid eye paints. So while I'm doing that, please enjoy the brow intermission. And for my eyes, I'm going to be using these two Bobbi Brown Long Wear Cream Shadow Sticks, one in the shade Bark and the other Taupe. So I'm starting off with the shade Taupe. I recently purchased these for an upcoming video. Actually, I don't know. You might have already seen it. The next couple videos are going to be out of order because I'm pre-filming. I don't know which one's going up first and what's happening. So, but I've been so excited about these. I know I've tried them in the past, but they're different now, I swear. Because I used to not be a fan, but I've had a change of heart. So I'm applying it in my crease and on my outer corner, and I'm going to really diffuse that. And same thing goes for eyeshadow. When you want to get a very softened blend, hold your brush near the end. I'm just going to add a couple dots in the crease and the outer corner, kind of like so. And I'm using this little bitty Smith brush. This is a Smith 233. And now that I'm done blending that, I'm going to take this nice kind of fluffy flat brush with some of my setting powder from Huda Beauty, and I'm just going to press that onto my lid to set that and to brighten it too. And I feel like this makes it look more finished. And if your blend up here isn't as smooth as you would like, just take a little bit of that powder too and dust it across your brow, and it should help it. I completely forgot about my lower lash line, but I'm taking a touch of Taupe with my eye smudge brush from Huda Beauty, and I'm just going to touch that on the outer corner, kind of going halfway. And now for mascara, I'm going to be using my Tower 28 Make Waves, because this one's very quick to apply, but it adds a ton of volume and length and separation. And it also doesn't smudge or flake, so like, what more could you ask for? And here are the eyes all done. Very quick and easy to achieve. You don't have to use creams either. You can use powders if you're more used to them. I just wanted to play around with these today. You could also use the No Budge cream shadows from e.l.f. in the shades Sand Dune and Plateau. Very good dupes for those colors. But now, before we move on to lips, I'm going to powder my face, and I kind of want to do it with this little powder puff. It might add too much. And to line my lips, I'm going to be using my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place lip pencil in the shade 04 Rose. Okay, there ain't no way. I gotta sharpen that. That's sharp. And I'm going to leave my residual lip balm on. I'm just wiping it away from the edges just so it doesn't shear out my lip liner. It's so pretty. But just to tie in the cheeks, I'm going to use a little bit of my Lancôme lipstick in the shade 410. I'm just going to dab it on, because I don't want it to be at its full opacity, because this one can be intense. It is named Drama Matte after all. I can't believe they named a lipstick after my brother. Drama Matte. And finally, with a little spritz of Fix Plus Stay Over Alcohol Free Long Lasting Setting Spray from MAC. Whoa. We are done. My hair was not cooperating today. I'm desperate for any kind of hairstyle. But here is the finished makeup look. What do you guys think? I personally adore it. I feel so fresh and put together, and it was so quick and easy to achieve. But that's going to be it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give this video a like. I will list and link everything I used in the description down below just to make it easier for you all. So feel free to check that out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.